So the day, you can see, we're not in Northumberland. Can you tell
No.
that for the video?
I don't know,
bet you can.
maybe.
So the day, me, James for Jaguar 82,
And me, Abby, from Jaguar 82.
we're here to see the Soul Man
Hell
and his
yeah.
team. So we're in here for, I'm a bit selfish because I'm in here for a beard trim.
Yeah.
Although we'll just be honest, this is the beginning bit, except we're filming it at the end.
We've done it
Because we
already,
forgot.
but yeah.
So come with us, we're going to go inside, meet Stephen and the team, and aye, let's go, let's get acquainted.
Yeah.
Right. So as we said, this place is massive, huge. We got lost. I couldn't find the toilet, but we made it. So we're
It's a bit
here.
traumatic when we hear it.
But we made it. We finally got the man himself, the Soul Man, Stephen.
Hello.
We made it. Thanks for your time. And
Well, thank
so
you.
the Jaguar 82, you know, we're out and about. We've not got anything for that yet at the end, have we?
No, we've not.
We'll work on that.
yeah.
Like I said, anybody got anything. So Stephen, tell us a wee bit about what you do, because these guys will not know. And if you don't know, how do you not know?
So where do you want me to start? I don't know.
Just wherever.
So I have been working in the spiritual field now for 29 years this year, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've been a medium 29 years. I own this place, the Soul Man Scotland. I have a spiritual training academy, which is in-house as well. I am an author. I have a book that I released 3 years ago. What else?
Save some of it. Save some of it. We've rushed it. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm
Good.
just head's going everywhere today. So yeah.
He's a bit like
Busy day.
myself, man. He's all know, like he's all over the place, but he has it in a straight line. 'Cause
Yeah,
I came, so
absolutely.
I'm booked in. You'll see the wee review for the barbers as well. Booked in, been growing my beard, you know. I'm ready. We obviously met through the other social media platform because I had seen your stuff for a while, and then one of your fans had reached out and said, you know, he'd be great on the podcast. And here we are. So listening seamstress, thanks very much. Here we are, and Abby's new to the team on the Jaguar 82. But now we've got some questions for you. We'll go straight
for
into
it.
the questions.
Hit me.
Right. Wee Jan, well done, Jan, has got them on wee sheets. Do you want to go first then?
Yeah, I
There you
can
go
do.
then, Abby.
I
You
can
go
do.
first.
So, can you share your journey into mediumship? You said you've done it for 29 years. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to become a teacher in that field?
So, to share my journey into mediumship, I had grown up feeling and sensing things that other people couldn't. And
You're Haley Joel Osment.
yeah,
I
I
see
guess,
dead
I, guess
people.
if, I guess you could look at it like that. Yeah, maybe.
Who's that? You're leaving me out, man. Who's that?
Sixth Sense. I
Oh,
see dead
right.
people.
Okay, I'm back in the room.
So that movie came out when I was about 14, and see
Oh.
the stick that I got from my
Aye.
friends. Do you know they were?
That's you. That's you.
Yeah. But yeah, so obviously growing up, I was aware of things that other people weren't aware of, people that other people weren't, and it was something that I hated actually, something that I found really scary and frightening. And I think when we don't understand something, we fear it, don't we?
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
So that was my biggest problem, is that I never understood it properly, and
It's all the things that make us different as well. When you're young, you just want to be the same as everybody else.
yeah,
You don't want to be
absolutely.
different, you know.
Yeah. So I actually, interestingly, went and had a mental health assessment, and it was the Royal Edinburgh Hospital that I'd went to see a mental health nurse, and she'd done an initial assessment, and she said, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I think that, you know, that you're maybe sensing other stuff.
Wow.
And back then, do you know,
Yeah.
luckily, because when we released the book, I got to meet that lady again. She's since retired.
That's
So she was like,
amazing.
that was me.
Wow. Folk on the journey, man, who always
I
come
know.
back.
Yeah.
So yeah, she said, you know, go and find your local spiritualist church and see if that, because obviously I was coming across as someone who was well, you know, there wasn't, you know, any kind of worrying things for her. So I went along to my local spiritualist church and sat in a room with 20 people, and it made sense, do you know, because
tribe.
It was people that understood it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were talking about their experience, and I'm like, I've had that too. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
when we come together with a group of people that understand, we find ourselves, I believe.
Yeah, I get that. Totally.
And
get
that's what made me want to move into teaching, is because there's a lot of people out there who are doing like 1-day courses on how to become a medium and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And I guess there's a massive part of what we do is there needs to be ethical practice.
Yeah, kind of lead them down.
Yeah.
I work in the beauty field, and there's a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Learn how to
every
do
field
nails in
does
one
that,
day,
doesn't
and
it?
you're like,
Yeah.
oh no,
I just
no.
try.
Yeah.
I just try and look beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not working, but we'll get there.
I was going to say you're doing well with that.
I'll
James.
take that. I'll take that. Right. So I've got one. Could you describe a particularly memorable experience you've had during a reading, if you can, because obviously it's people's personal things. If you can't, don't worry about it.
I can. So something that happened more recently, we were lucky enough to do some filming a couple of years ago with a filmmaker who was doing the Scottish Short Film Festival, and we had done a lady's journey through her grief journey and how she then came on to training with us and doing all of that stuff. So as part of it, they wanted to do a reading live on air, or not live on air, but on camera.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, we can at least show you the process of it. So as we were doing the reading, we got to a really emotional part of it where I was feeling the emotions of this lady's husband. And at that point, all the tech, the microphones started making this really loud
Oh God.
buzzing noise. So much so that the two sound engineers had to leave.
Wow.
They were like, I'm not doing this. They were totally
See,
freaked
man,
out by it.
I love stuff like that. That's like,
And they were like, well, what would have caused that? Do you know, like...
did you
They're
get a
trying to be,
technical
like,
person
technical
who's trying to
about it.
find it? Was,
Mhm.
oh, and none of them could suss it.
There was no explanation for it whatsoever.
See, man. Sometimes you don't need glasses to see.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
And then there's something else that happened the day after. So I was doing a Zoom call with a lady in America who she comes on a Zoom call. She's like, I can't hear you. All I can hear is doo.
Oh
So
my
then at this
God.
point, I'm
Wow.
thinking like, there's something that's interfering with the
Yeah.
microphone, you know. So we had to reschedule a reading, got her back in on the Saturday, and we'd done our reading, and she said to me,
That's funny, because that's beeping.
oh, really? I know.
What's going on? Listen, you can't write that.
I know. So she says, you might know my cousin. She's from Scotland, and I was like, well, Scotland's a huge place,
There
do
we
you know?
go.
Like, and she was like, no, her name's Julie. So she had said Julie's surname, and Julie was the lady that we're doing the reading for.
Wow.
No
See, man.
way.
Right, so then I then phoned Julie. Julie, do you know? Julie's like, what cousin? Where? When? So she never had a clue that her cousin was coming in for the reading.
Yeah.
I love
So
stuff
yeah.
like that. So we're all
Yeah,
connected.
me
It's
too.
connections. It's
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
dotting them in. I like, aye.
So that's a more recent thing, but there's hundreds. You know, I could write another book on the.
Well, yeah. We'll
Hundreds
get to that.
of
There's a question in there. I'll let you do the next one, Abby.
What do you think are the most common misconceptions people have about mediumship?
That we're fortune tellers,
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
can tell the future.
Tell me I'm going to win the lottery.
Yeah.
What are the
'Cause-
lottery numbers?
Yeah, because if we could do things like that, like I wouldn't be here.
We cashed in on an island.
I'd be on a yacht somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody has free will. So
Yeah.
nobody can ever tell you your future because you go and change things, you know, on your own.
See, I always thought, like, I was brought up in a, we are like believers. I think I said to you when I messaged you one day, like, you know, there's people will reach out to you and there's that belief. Whereas I think that quite the reason why I wrote that one was because I think a lot of that was created to poo-poo a lot of it. That's why it's like, oh, you know, that'll be like, they'll be lying. and
Yeah.
that was like created to poo-poo. But we'll not go into any of my conspiracy theories because we're not got time. Right. So, how do you approach teaching mediumship to students, and what are the key skills you need to develop? Now, again, that's your business, so you don't need to if you can.
No, no, I'm very happy to share. So the first massive part of any training is helping people to change their own life first. So a lot of people come on to the training thinking, I just want to learn how to connect with the spirit world. But first of all, they need to understand how to connect with people, living people. And, you know, if they can learn empathy and understanding and really connect with the living, then they can absolutely connect with people in the spirit world.
Get that, man.
But-
Which is like sounds like basic skills, and I'm nodding my head, but no everybody even has that, man.
No.
So
Like, we've had people coming into training, they're really poor when it comes to, like,
Just general people skills.
yeah, and that can't be someone who
Yeah.
would be working with potentially vulnerable people.
sometimes that
Yeah.
can't be taught because you have
It
to.
can't be taught. No.
You go next, Abby.
In your experience, how does mediumship vary between cultures, especially in Scotland?
I don't. I think there's a lot of batshit crazy stuff out there, right? Honestly,
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, aye. My
And-
FYP page is full.
yeah. So I had done a podcast in America, in California, and these ladies had came on and they were like, "Oh, we have the very gifted medium, the Soul Man from Scotland, and he has such a rare gift." And I think in the first couple of minutes, you know, not to discount the ladies, but I said to them, "I need you to understand that mediumship's not a gift. It's not something that's bestowed upon us, and we're these exceptional human beings that are better than anyone else. You know, it's something that's natural within us because we are spirit. We just have a physical body." And they were like, "No, we don't believe that. We think that mediumship is a gift, and it's, do you know." So I think that depending on the culture, some can see it as this big fanatical, whimsical thing, and then I think the more I'm very mindful of not saying anything that might sound like I'm culture
That's
bashing.
all right, man.
But you know,
Listen, I'll
um,
say it's, you know, because it's very close to like religion, these people, and it does go, and I totally get it.
yeah.
Aye. What's my question? I was about to ask something else. That was why I paused on the camera. So, I've skipped it. We'll go with that one. So, what advice would you give to someone who's just starting their journey to becoming a medium?
I would say baby steps. Find a space that feels comfortable for you. If you've got someone leading a class who's telling you what you're perceiving, I would say that's probably not the right space to be in. You should be allowed to unfold naturally without being told, "Oh, that's this and this means that," and you know.
So, I've been played and pushed into a direction.
Yeah,
instead of-
because I think that can happen a lot in every field. You know, it's like, "Oh yeah, do it this way," and then
We were just talking about it there.
Yeah.
Literally, we were literally
Yeah.
just talking about something similar, and it has to be something that's naturally built up through yourself.
absolutely.
Like, I've only got my own experience, and I've went through my experience, and I'll share it with you well in getting my beard done. But it's like what I do now couldn't have been done without a tiny bit of look at that and look how that's transcended into something else, man. It's
Yeah.
it's a wonderful experience, but there's a lot of people out there who obviously want to abuse it for the dollar or the pound. And
Absolutely.
That's
I
where
know.
you go next, Abby.
What motivated you to write your book, and what key messages do you hope readers to take away from it?
What motivated me to write the book is that I hadn't read any other books on the work that I do, so I just assumed that there wasn't anything out there until I've released the book, and then people are like, "Oh, I've read a book like yours before."
Road, how do you?
It's the red and blue car syndrome, isn't it? You buy a blue car and everybody's got one.
yeah. But I think the key message and why I wanted to write it was I wanted to be able to help people that maybe struggled growing up the way that I did. And that's certainly the case. Like I've had hundreds of messages from people saying, oh my God, I can relate to that. I experienced that, that helped me massively just reading that. And we've got lots of sub-chapters in the book that give people exercises on how to, open up to spirit and to connect themselves. So that in itself was really helpful for people as well.
Brilliant.
So,
Let's plug. Where can we get the book?
you can get it on Amazon, any bookshop,
What's
really.
the name of it?
Any In Between Two Worlds, A New Approach to Mediumship.
We'll try and find a wee link and put it in the comments.
Yeah. We didn't even have any books. We've sold them all. It's
Sorry.
great.
So
Because
popular.
I've got. Aye. So follow on to that one. What with your second book coming out? Can you tell it? Can you share any insights and things? This is a personal one. I just wanted to be nosy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wrote this one for myself, all right? So with your second book coming out, can you share any insights or themes that it will cover?
So I can share. So I had all of the bones of the second book ready, and then it just didn't feel right. So I could have released it a year ago, and I was like, right, okay, and then it doesn't feel right. And one of the biggest things is that people said to me, I wanted to know more in the first book. So instead of releasing a second book, we're releasing a second edition
like a prequel.
of the first book. So it'll have the first book within it, and then it'll have big chunks.
Bit like more fleshed out, sort of.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Abby's a book reviewer.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But like it's
Read
weird,
anything,
isn't
don't
it?
I?
It's not weird
Yeah.
because where we are, but we were talking about all this in the car on the way up.
Yeah.
You know, like that energy when you bring it into somewhere and somebody just picks it up.
Yeah.
For us, man, it's aye.
So we're just adding the meat to the book.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Meaty books.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the next one, Abby.
I'm done.
Are you done?
Yeah.
I noticed I had an extra one. I'll save this one because we've got a wee bit of time, man. I love all this. I love like people who are so open. Like I said to you in the message, like, I think it was maybe a year ago, and I say, I'd love to come have you on the podcast. I find it interesting as a person. This was before I even delved into what it is you really do. It was like you as a person come across because you make it fun. You've got TikToks, the Soul Man, if you're not following him on TikTok, and it's like that's fun. That's the stuff that you're human, and it's without that question, the misconception about stuff, people can find you as a human, and that's the bit. That's the clincher for me. I was like, we must have him and have a wee chat with him because you're an interesting guy.
Yeah. Human first, though, right?
Aye.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
important.
Yeah.
Aye, there's too many. I'm trying to watch what I'm saying. There's too many weirdos out there, and I'm like, I sent them messages, but well,
You do have to be careful the
you
way
seem-
what you say.
you did.
know.
Well, you got me a belter, so he messaged me, and I was like, and you played it well, and I was like, Jan, that great guy that we want him on the podcast. How do I play this, man? I said, and then I didn't even click on until you
That's
phoned me. He
funny.
said, like, I'm interested, and made it out as if he was interested in me, and I was like, oh no, man, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to let him down. And then you phoned me, and I was
no.
like, oh, fuck, man. And
Right,
then I was
think you're getting
deflated.
the wrong end of the stick, pal.
Because I still get them like crazy DMs, man. I'm going to
That's
make
funny.
a TikTok about it. Let's just say, since this is for the YouTube, creepy people sliding into the DMs. And it was like, that made my day, man. I wasn't having a particularly great day. So the wee bits when people dip in and out, it was funny. Me and Jan, we were laughing about it all day in the motor. I was like, that's the everlasting effect by somebody who is natural and able to feel people. And that for me was the sale. And I'm like, why does he not love me? Why does he not love me?
That's to let him down
Rejection.
gently.
Right, we've got a last one here, but so I wrote this one. It was quite late at night. I let my own wee world and my own wee spiritual world take me on this one. So, what role do you believe mediumship plays in helping people cope with grief and loss?
I think I had never really thought about this until recently. I done a podcast with my friend Laura, who's a psychologist,
Laura,
And,
if you watch this.
Yeah, Laura, if you're watching. And Laura said at the end of it, I felt like I had psychiatric evaluation at the end of it. I was like, this is great.
She's unpicked my
I
brain.
know. She said, so I think the role of what you do is, you'll always be in that place of, is it real, is it not?
Yeah.
But what you're doing is ultimately giving people comfort.
Hope as well, Maggie. A wee bit of
Absolutely.
hope for things that they've maybe swept away, man, and it's no fake. And I like there was a video. I'm jumping in, but he did a video and it was about, we will only give you anything that we're not picking up, and that's important because there's people out there that will base their whole life on top of that.
Absolutely.
And
Well, I was telling James when we were chatting about like coming up here, I saw Medium years ago, and there was like a big group of people, and then my auntie paid for me to get one separate, and because my mum passed away when I was quite young, so she was like, oh, maybe maybe something will be said. And all he told me was to be careful of my drug problem. I've not even smoked a cigarette before. I don't drink. I've never smoked. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks so much.
See, there is that problem though. Like, there's this really strange thing where people think that because someone moves to the spirit world, they become a fortune teller.
Yeah.
And they don't. Like, there's this odd, strange thing in the industry where mediums are giving people life advice.
Yeah.
And it's wrong. Do you know?
Do you think that it's like, in this day and age, it's like my number one thing I'm always going about is 3 things that will mess you up in the world is people, places, and economic insecurity, and that's what they build on top of that.
Yeah.
But we're out of time. And we're out of time because I'm getting my beard done. And I'm not letting my wee pamper day.
I didn't grow my beard out long enough for today. So that's why it's James.
We're going to get booked in because we're going to come back up and do a wee reading as well. So
Absolutely.
thank you very much. You've got a good team here as well. So if any team are watching it, to be welcomed like that as a neurodivergent coming into a place, you can smell going along the room and then getting in there and instantly. No messing
The
about.
ladies are so
and
lovely.
they were busy.
They're
So
all
lovely.
neurodiverse as well.
So there you
it's
go,
fine.
man.
They
Our
were
tribe is our
fab.
tribe. isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you very much.
No, thank you, man. Thank you.
Stephen.
Thank you, Abby.
Thank
And
you.
the video where I found you was it's Stephen with a V
A V.
and not a PH.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it. So guys, if you take anything like that for the day, man, look, the sun's came out just as we were finishing. If that doesn't give you a wee answer into there's something else in the world, I don't know.
Right on the ball.
Have a great day.
Exactly.
Oh, can I pick one card?
Of course you
And then
can.
we can talk about it while I'm on my...
Yeah. Go for it.
Let me just shuffle these so you know it's not...
They're not even my cards, by the way.
Oh, you're not supposed to read somebody else's
It's
cards.
fine.
The Knight of Cabaret.
Knight of Gabriel. So yeah, taking action, trusting your instincts, doing what feels right. This card's more about, like just taking action, not being afraid to do things, just jumping right in at life and say yes to everything.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'll take that.
Unless it's somebody try to chat you up or send you their knickers.
Aye. Although, I've not had anything I'm
Don't welcome that kind of message. Don't
Well, listen,
welcome it.
guys, thank you very much. We'll put all the wee pins that we've said below. And remember, be kind to yourself. There's enough horrible stuff in the world, man. Just have that wee bit of the day for yourself. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, guys, and a huge thank you to the Soul Man Stephen and his amazing team. If there's anywhere that you think that the Jagar 80 Who team should go, drop us a wee email and we'll see you in the next episode.